Hi Sagittarius, happy May Day. The reason I say happy May Day is because today is the day for the shift, and I really have been waiting for this day for a long time. It's not going to mean a magical transformation into happiness and amazement and everything being wonderful, because life isn't always like that. But what it means is that you are moving into a different world, into a different way of thinking. And it had to happen before May the 16th, and it's actually happening today, May the 1st. The Botane started yesterday, the 30th, and I did do a reading for that. I told you there's the opening up of the fairy world, the connection between the fairy world and our human world. And I told you about a book, Elisa John and Shelley's book, Tredicino the Medallion Keeper, which is all about human Aries, people being human and fairy in one person. This month of May is all for fairies. It really is. Communicate with your fairies. I believe we have spirit guides in all areas of life, spirit animals. In the fairy world particularly, it can be a fairy, a lady fairy, a beautiful pixie fairy, or it can be a leprechaun fairy. There are masses of fairies. They live in nature, and that's what May Day is all about. Talk to the fairies, treat the fairies, and read about fairies. And I'll put the link to that book, which I love, in my description box below this video. I did show you the cover in the last video. And to be a human Aries is something really special, I believe. And I think Sagittarians are the only sign that have that ability, that ability to be human Aries, because we link with the spirit world so absolutely and totally. And it's the spirit world that has got us to where we are now. Since I've been doing these readings, I haven't been on YouTube for long, but since I've been doing these readings, I have been talking about your person. I've been talking about your financial constraints. I've been talking about the unhappiness and sadness that Sagittarians have gone through, and it has been horrendous. And I'm a Saggy myself, so I know I'm doing this journey with you. And I have had a lot of bad luck in love, particularly. I've had a lot of bad luck in lots of different areas, not professionally so much, and I don't think Sagittarians have had bad luck professionally and creativity wise, but friendship wise, people wise, yes, even with people in your own family. Sagittarians have suffered more than any other sign in the last 10 years. And I've told you about how Jupiter moved into Aries on April the 10th last year, 22, and how it moved into Aries 10 years ago. So that would have been in 2012. And in all that time, we have been through a calamitous time. There's no doubts about it. Now, in 2012, you might have had a love with you, a true love, someone that you loved a lot and that was a soulmate, but the planets did not support that love. The planets are supposedly meant to support a love in your life now, but a lot of Sagittarians, from who I speak to, and I do readings, a lot of readings, are mostly single. There aren't a lot of Sagittarians who are happy in relationships. Now, some Sagittarians are born in November, some born in December. They're very different beings. The November ones seem to be more traumatized when it comes to a past love and not trying many new loves, just hanging on to this past love. And even if they do indulge in a new love, they just use it and abuse it, really, because this past love is very, very important to them. Whilst the December Sagittarius carries this sadness and can't even indulge in love. It's like they're locked in a cube where this past person has got such a big piece of their heart that it's not possible to hold someone else's hand or to go, yeah, let's just have a good time. Nah, the December Sagittarian can't do that. Now, today, you have been released. On May the 1st, you have been released, Sagittarian, so make the most of it. When I say you've been released, I think you have to remember that if you don't get what you want, it's because you deserve better. And your person, I have been talking about this person coming back, this person becoming awake, being awakened, this person having a tower moment, this person realizing you're the best thing that has ever happened to them. And that is going to happen. But what you're going to be doing today, Sagittarius, is thinking, why did that person let me go? You're going to be looking at it from a different perspective. And it might not be as easy for that person to walk back in as you thought. Now, there are other areas in your life apart from love. I'm going to read these cards to you in a moment because I've selected them out of my message cards and I love these. And they're just amazing. I haven't selected them. They just fell out. They're amazing, the ones you've got. They're just so Saggy. But yesterday, the day before yesterday, the 29th, Saturn opposed the moon in Leo. And it was a day of great oppression, preparing for today, a day of great release. And you will have had a very difficult day and you'll have had someone boss you around. Now, that someone might have your best intentions at heart, but you do have to, if that happened to you, you do have to make your mark on that person. You do have to show that person that you have got your own life to lead and that you are boss in that area. It might be a co-worker and you're actually their boss, but they seem to be more like your boss. And it's their behavior has been annoying to you. Now, I wouldn't say that person's the bad person, but there is someone in your circle who wishes you ill. And we've talked about that. And I've talked about you getting protection, either something around your neck, like a corno or an evil eye, or an amulet of some description, or to get the witch's bells, or the dream thing that you can get at night, and that protects you a lot as well. I've got my dragon, I've got my Pegasus, I've got my leprechaun, I've got my spirit turtle. Today is a day of nature, so that's why I've brought the beehive. Believe in your dreams, Sagittarius. That's why I brought my bee out with a little flower, because today is a day where I want you to worship nature. I want you to go out there and really worship nature. But let's just talk about protecting yourself. And the footprints prayer is very important to me and has got me through a lot of bad moments in my life. But on the back of that, I've put return to sender, dear Lord. Now, when you put return to sender, whoever wishes you bad will get, you know, I know Saggis are really kind, and if somebody stabs you in the back, you really don't want them to be hurt, and I know that. But return to sender is something very important, and you have to write that on the back of something, a card, a book, something that has to do, that's very special to you, something very spiritual, something like a fairy book or something. You know, if you get a fairy book, then write that in, return to sender, because the power of the divine, the power of God, the power of the fairies, the power of angels. So write it on something that is protective of you, okay? Return to sender. So let's look at your cards here. And we've got have expectations for the life you want, but practice detachment from the outcome. I think you're becoming more detached now from your person. I think you're becoming more detached from any person who's going to walk into your life unless they prove something to you, unless they can say, can do it rather than just say it, you're not interested. So that expression, it's more what you do than what you say is really important for Saggis right now. And another one is the highest coloration for reaching 90 or 100 years of age in good shape is emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back from life setbacks. Saggi, you have got a great amount of emotional resilience now. You've been trained through, you've been like an army trooper going through the battalion field, the front line, getting shot in the back, hiding in the trenches. You've come up each time fighting. You don't go down. You don't get finished off. You just start again. And this is what I love about Saggis. So detach yourself from negative influences. That's what you want to do. Anyone who's going to come into your life with a negative attitude, it might be a friend you have that isn't always happy for you. You know, sometimes when you see that friend, something good happens to you and that person's not going to be jumping around with you for joy or smiling. They're going to go home a bit disgruntled. Well, that's what you're not going to put up with anymore. And these two eclipses, we've just had one on the 21st of April, and we have another one on the 5th, which is a very difficult lunar eclipse. We have the solar eclipse on the 21st of April, and that was a revelation one. The next 2 weeks after the 21st is going to have some revealing things about people, and I'm finding out a few things about people now that I've noticed since that solar eclipse. Now the lunar eclipse is coming in, and that's going to be a real dodgy one, a real awful one. You really are going to see things you really didn't want to see, and you're going to feel things you didn't want to feel. But what it's going to do is empower you. It's going to give you your power back. And whoever tried to take it away, whether it was your person who's got a piece of your heart, you're going to get that piece of your heart back if that person can't convince you that they did everything for your good as well as their own. So Sagittarius, you are changing, and May Day is really bringing in a lot of change for you. And you are saying to yourself now, I am enough, I'm destined to succeed. So love is a lovely thing. Of course, everyone wants to be in love, but you're seeing your role in the world as bigger than just being someone who is to be loved by someone or to love. You're seeing yourself as someone that could be really successful, that could be really serve the world in a different way, be a activist, be someone who has something important to contribute. So love is important, but it's going to be part of your life now, I think, not the whole of your life. And I think you're going to say the obstacles that turned up and stopped me getting what I wanted might have been a good thing. Whilst before you'd be like crying in the bath, oh, I'm so miserable. I didn't get what I want. My life's just a disaster. Well, you're not going to be saying that anymore. You're going to be saying, look, it's happened. It didn't work out. And maybe it's because something better is coming in. And it doesn't matter if you're 92 when something better comes in. I know you don't want to wait that long. But it doesn't matter if you're 62 or 42. If it's good, it's worth waiting for. There's no point having something for a long time that's rubbish. And there's no point settling for something, because you are not dust. You are a human being that is not meant to settle. You're a human being that is meant to thrive with other individuals, and particularly the partner of your choice, your life partner. So don't rush. Don't rush in. Let's see what the cards say. I'm looking forward to that. But I just wanted to read these to you very quickly. Let the timeless be in charge of time. So you're not really bothered about time, because time is just part of life. There's no rush. What you want is an end result that's beautiful. That's what you want. Real beauty, real vibrancy. My body is a junction between the visible and invisible worlds. Your connection to spirit now, your connection to the angel world, your connection to the fairy world, Sagittarius, is amazingly strong, probably more than any other sign in the zodiac. And spirit is really protecting you, divinely so. They're saying if someone's not good enough for you, your spirit ancestors are saying, get that idiot out of the way quick before they cause any trouble. And the person's gone before you've even had time to go, hi, let me get to know you. They're gone. Because spirit has taken them away. Spirit hears conversations you don't hear. So trust spirit, trust the divine, trust the way the universe works. Because if something goes, it's because they were not meant to be in your path, on your journey. I am sending you new energy along the invisible strands that bond us all. You know, I was talking to you in a last reading, I don't know if you heard it, where we are linked to people with a red invisible strand. It's red, it's visible to the angels, it's visible to spirit, but it's not visible to us. But you and your person have got a red thin strand between you. Wherever they are in the world, this strand can stretch and stretch, because when you enter into a soul contract with something or someone, it could be an animal even, a person, a lover, this string, this red string, connects the two of you. Until you cut that string, you are tied to that person, like the baby's tied to the mother with the umbilical cord. But eventually the umbilical cord has to be disconnected from the mother, or the baby can't thrive and live in the normal world. And that's what happens to people that are in a soul contract to other people. They are living this life of connection when it might not be for their best or overall good. So that tie is either going to be strengthened in the next few weeks with your person, or it's going to be cut. There are many soul contracts in your life. Some will be dormant red lines of string between you, but once they get activated, once the connection starts, then they have to be cut for you to be able to move on to other areas. I am here to serve, I'm here to inspire, I'm here to love, I'm here to live my truth. And what it's all about is finding your truth, Sagittarius, finding what you believe you are here for, and also finding who is truth for you, who is going to offer you the loyalty and the caring and the devotion that you deserve, the not the competitive sort of conflict and arguing and narcissistic sort of control. No, that's not what you're here for. You're here to thrive with another human being in a positive, beautiful way, whether it's through a creative project, whether it's a love project. But you will learn after May Day today to learn to live with people in different ways, to love in different ways. I've also said in one of my previous readings that sometimes a soulmate or twin flame connection isn't always the best thing. Okay, it causes the butterflies, it causes the passion, you lose your common sense, you can't think straight, you feel like completely besotted with this person. But sometimes that isn't the best thing, because those two people have not reach the same spiritual level as each other, so their level of elevation is totally, one's up there, one's down there, and so spirit separates them so that one can grow to match the other, hopefully in this lifetime. That happens, otherwise they meet each other in another lifetime. It depends what you believe in past lives, previous lives, lives to come. That's a very different subject I'm not going to go into right now. But soul contracts are written and they're set in stone, but they don't last forever always. Sometimes they do. If there's harmony, if there's bonding, they do. But if not, they don't. Let's see what that one says. You are constantly advancing into new regions of the soul. You have your soul. Your soul is very precious to you, Sagittarius, and you're probably one of the purest souls of the zodiac. And for someone to match you, they've got to be really, really beautiful. And if they don't, spirit will take them away. So let's deal with May Day first. May Day is such a special day. As I said, it's the day for connecting with nature. It's the day with connecting with the bees. I went into my garden today and I saw a bee for the first time, this beautiful big bee. And I thought, oh my God, you know, for it to turn up on the 30th of April, just before May Day, because Bethane started on the 30th, and I saw a bee and I thought, this is it. This signifies this new world we're going into, and we've created a bee sanctuary in our garden, so it's not surprising that I saw a bee. But we have tried to attract them with the right flowers and provide the right nourishment for them. And I think a lot more people are going to be trying to create sanctuaries in nature. So today, go feed the birds. Think of how you can make your garden a bit better for the bees, for animals that are becoming extinct now. And also put some flowers in your house, water some flowers or plants outside, light a fire possibly, because this is a festival of fire and fertility, of rebirth. So you are getting reborn today, Sagittarius, you really are. And put your feet on the ground, touch the ground with your bare feet, take your shoes off, because the energy from the earth is going to really burst into your body. And as I said in my last video, breathe, try and breathe outside, you know, inhale and exhale and hold one nostril in. And then exhale, and it's really beautiful. Okay, you're not going to have a maypole most likely, but the old tradition was that there was a maypole and people would dance around it. Have a dance in your kitchen, wear a flower hat or a flower in your hair, and make an offering to the fairies, because the fairies are very real. And you're probably going to think I'm absolutely mad, but you either believe in magic or you don't. And if you believe in magic, magic happens. And if you believe in the fairies and you read about fairies, then the fairies will do for you what they can do for many people. And that's take you to your higher self, because your higher self is your instinct, your intuition. And if you can learn to speak to your higher self, then you are going to have a much, much happier life, and you're going to make easier decisions. And light a candle as well. I'm going to light candles all over my house today. So today, Sagittarius, you're showing a different edge to yourself. And it's going to continue growing up to this new moon on the 5th. It's going to be a difficult new moon for everybody in the zodiac, but it's going to mean big moves for Saggi, good or bad. Now, your person, I am hoping, is going to come in, not to stay with you particularly. You have to make that decision, but I'm hoping you'll hear from your person, because this has gone on for a long time now, before the 16th of May, because that's when Jupiter moves out of your 5th house of true love in Aries. So that doesn't mean you're not going to find true love, but you're probably not going to find one as passionate as could possibly be in that date. But there again, sometimes some loves are better when they're calmer and less fiery. So it all depends on the universe and what the universe wants for you. I think the new person will come in after the 16th, because there is a new love on the horizon. I'm going to pull some of the mini tarot cards that I do for you constantly, because I want to see what comes up. Now, if your person comes back, they're going to be absolutely shocked at how you have grown, how you've blossomed, how you speak, how you feel. You're not that lovey-dovey, I would do anything for you, you're my forever girl, you're my forever guy, you take me to another world. You're going to be talking in a very different way. Yeah, you take me to another world, all right, if you do that again. So I think you're going to have a completely different way of being with them. And so they will be shocked. You've got a lot tougher I think, if I don't know if you've ever watched The Sopranos, but I think you've developed more of a soprano attitude to life, you know, where you don't want people to mess around with you, and you're going to show them that you're not going to be very easy to mess around with. I think there'll be moments of sadness for you, moments of if you have communication with your person, because that person meant such a lot to you. You were broken-hearted, Sagittarius. You really suffered. Your heart was broken into a million pieces, and I think you really felt it was detached from your body and on the wall in your house somewhere, and you couldn't put it back in your body. And you know, it took a lot for you to get to where you are today. And you don't want someone that can rock you so badly again, unless they show a much more dependable side to them, of themselves to you. And I think in those moments where you have to question how you were with that person, how you allowed them to mess you around like that and didn't ask the necessary questions or open your eyes or listen to your intuition, then you have to ask the divine for help. Just say, you know, guide me on my path and show me the way and give me a sign and let me know whether my higher self is totally happy with me jumping back into this situation. It's like, I want everybody to know we're like in Earth School. We're like in a school. All of us, even we're at school when we're kids, but we're in school all the time. We're learning all the time. And we're developing our psychic abilities in Earth School. Some people never develop them. Your person might be still at a level where they never develop that psychic ability. Now they try to make a final push to get to you. They've had a horrible time too. They have regretted the way they treated you. Possibly they cheated on you, or they were in another relationship and didn't tell you. And they've tried to break away from that. They're making a final push to get to you. But have they reached your level in spirituality? Because you have gone down a divine path. You have grown so greatly spiritually now that even when you make money, you're not going to be materialistic. You're going to be a benefactor. You're going to be someone who helps the universe, helps conservation. And look, we've got the Knight of Pentacles cards for you, because you are going to be making money. You're making it slowly at the moment. You have had massive financial constraints, but abundance is coming. And you don't need, whether you're a woman or a man, you don't need another person for support, because you can financially support yourself. So money is not going to be your God, and it has been your person's God. I'm getting that at the moment. They were a workaholic. They put money and security very high on the list. And that's one of the factors that they chose to stay with that other partner, which was a massive mistake. Or they chose, if there wasn't another partner, they chose to stay in a job that took up all their time and ate away all their energy, that they didn't have any left for you. And you were very patient, you were very caring, you were always there, you always went, oh, hi, great to hear from you. But, you know, it was good that you woke up and went, this is enough. This is enough. I have to question you. And now I've had enough. I have to walk away. And that's what you did. But they didn't stop you. Okay. And that's the question. They didn't stop you. Now you've got success. You have got great success coming. So, you know, it's been success through your hard work. You have worked really hard, and you're just going to be the King of Pentacles, whether you're a feminine, the divine feminine, or the divine masculine. You are going to be the King of Pentacles. You are going to be someone who's triumphed over all adversity. You've had the worst time in terms of people being jealous of you, family, bitter feuds, I don't know, I'm not going to be resonating with everyone here, but, you know, there's been a lot of sadness in your life as well as disappointment in love, but you've triumphed over that adversity, and your new job or your new skill or your new performance is going to take you to a different level. There's no doubt about that. And you're showing such strength now that when your person comes back, they're going to wonder how the hell they're going to communicate with you, because you have grown to be such a person of strength now that and you're not even weak money-wise anymore. So they're thinking, how the hell can I happen and impress her or him? Before I could impress them through money, through me talking about being powerful, me being a workaholic. But now it seems that they're stronger and better than me. And so you've moved on, Sagittarius. You're not waiting for that person anymore. And they faced a lot of hidden agendas. They had hidden agendas with you. Now they've faced hidden agendas because they're finding out that there's been something going on in their world that they weren't aware of at all. They really weren't aware of at all. And that has really, really, really disappointed them and made them feel very, very sad, almost desolate, and feeling they're looking through the past, at their past, in a very sort of lonely way. We've got the Hermit card there. It might even be a Virgo, or we've got the Strength card. It might be a Leo. But they're looking on their past and thinking, what a waste of time. I have wasted so much time. Temperance has influenced their way of thinking a lot. Temperance and Spirit have really come in like the Lord of Karma, Saturn, and gone, you have been such a fool, and you are paying the price now for not respecting Sagittarius enough. And so massive changes are happening on their home front, and they're happy about that because they really, really need to get out. And there's going to be a lot of legal stuff going on. Whilst you're going to reach, it might be difficult to believe, Sagittarius, at the moment, because I don't think any of you are very strong financially. I might be wrong, but the person I'm speaking to has got financial constraints. You're going to move from strength to strength financially. And you're going to have someone come to you, Sagittarius, holding that cup of love. Now, who it's going to be, I don't know. Who's been magicking that up? So can your person get themselves together? Are you going to have that leap of faith into their arms? But remember, you're a different person. You're not the fool anymore. You're not going to jump off that cliff without thinking about it. You really will need to understand the penalties of doing that. And you do. You understand that before jumping off, if your instinct says no, you will listen to it and you will not jump off. You won't ignore it. Spirit is talking to you. Your higher self is now talking to you. And you are a bit of the manifestor. You've manifested your own fortune here. You're probably doing manifestation for financial gain. But when it comes to love now, you're going, let people go. If they don't come to me with a pure heart and with proper intentions, I don't want them. And you've moved to that level now, Sagittarius, where you understand that Spirit is protecting you, and you understand that sometimes a lot of questions have got to be asked before you accept what people tell you. You really have learned a lot, and you've had a very challenging time. And this solar eclipse that's just passed on the 21st of April has stopped you ever wanting to be in the position you were in before again. And you're the sort of person that helps people all the time, Saggi, and you haven't been helped. So even if somebody did you wrong, you'd turn around and go, it's okay, I understand. But now I think you're getting more of that soprano attitude, and you're going, no, it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm not trusting you again. I might forgive you, but I don't think you will be at my table. you know, my table's a very special place. Only a number of people, pure people, can sit at my table. And Spirit is telling you to be the leader, to be protective of your zone. If people don't bring loyalty and joy to your table, Spirit is saying, no, no, no. Let them go. Let them walk away. Take only the ones that are worthy of you, the ones that are not going to give you just the breadcrumbs. No, you want more. You want someone to bring you a full plate of dinner, not a few stupid little breadcrumbs. And so you might have outgrown that relationship with your person. Let's have a look at what's come in here with these cards. And so I see a new love for you. I've told you that before. You're going to be in your finery, Sagittarius, when this new love comes. And your old person, not old person, your person sitting there in despair thinking, how are they going to come to you? And what are they going to say? And here, the Judgment card, karma is really kicking their arse. There's no doubt about it. And they're very bored. They so wish they'd made a better decision. They so wish they hadn't broken your heart. They so wish that they hadn't stayed where they did, because there's been nothing but conflict and sadness, deceit and manipulation. And they're lying there resting and recovering and wondering how they can get away, because they're so emotionally unfulfilled. And they really want a new relationship, a new venture with you. And they're going to try and overcome the obstacles in their life to get back to you. But are they going to just be the hanged man when they come? Are you going to really turn them up the right way and say, oh, are they going to turn themselves up the right way, let's say, and stand upright and say, I was so wrong. I'm not going to be like that anymore. And you've become much more like the Queen of Swords now, where you speak your mind and where you have cut through the confusion, you've cut through the chaos, and you don't chase anyone. You know, you just move forwards with your sword and you take your power with you. You've really learned to let go. So when the new person comes in, they're going to be facing the Queen of Swords much more than the Queen of Cups or the Queen of Wands, Sagittarius, if we're talking to the feminine. And they're going to have to tick all the boxes for you to really feel comfortable in their love. But I really do believe that the new person is going to be someone of worth, someone that's quite solid, someone that's caring. And I just want you to be patient and hang on in there, unless your person comes back with a completely different attitude. Now, your person's life, that emotional, stagnant horribleness, a lot of addictions going on there, the threesome situation, lots of stabbing in the back, and feeling very stressed and overtaxed. And they are going through a transformation moment where they look how they're feeling, very let down, very betrayed, wishing they hadn't behaved like they did. And they're coming towards you like the Knight of Swords. I'm getting all these cards again, Sagittarius. The story is not changing. It's on repeat. It's like a repeat record. And that's that old lover coming back. So you are going to hear from this person, whether you want to balance things out with them or not is another matter. Whether you want to make them your world again is another matter. But remember, Sagittarius, you are a very different person now, and you want to make progress in your own project. The Wheel of Fortune's working in your favor, and you are going to be overwhelmed by choice. Let's take a few of the oracle cards to see what we've got for you. Let me find those. There they are. Let's see what comes up. But Sagittarius, feel from today onwards that your power is here, that you really have got so much to show the world. You've got a different vision, Sagittarius. You've learned from experience. No one can buy experience. You have to go through it, and you have gone through some of the worst experiences, I must say. And you are so brave. And that means by being brave, you're just so brave. You just get up each time and face the next battle with, say, the same smile on your face, and protective of the people around you that really matter. So for love for you is in general now. There are more people than just a lover that fit into your life. And, you know, if your person comes back and they don't make you feel good, don't do any penance with them. Let them go. Sometimes some person, as your person's going through a very lonely and sad experience, it'll take a bit of time for them to recover from that, and they will come to you with that vibe. And Sagittarius, you're moving into a different vibe from May the 1st. You're moving into a happy zone now where things are going to change, and you know that they're going to change. And you don't care and worry about wealth coming, but you don't particularly like being financially constrained either. But you've been patient. You've built up your self-esteem. You've focused on yourself. You've focused on your work, and you now deserve it. So I don't know whether you're going to carry your person's baggage. It's going to be a hard decision for you, Sagittarius, but love is on the cards anyway. If your person doesn't fit the bill, love is on the cards anyway. Let's see what these cards say for Sagittarius, please. Today's a day of celebration, though. Today's a day to go out to nature and just love life. Woman holding a coin. So Sagittarius, whether you're male or female, those financial constraints are going to be gone, and you're going to be holding a coin, a big coin, a lot of coins, and you're going to be all tied up in your work here. That's what I'm hearing this time. Sometimes I say you're all tied up in love. You're so tied up in your work right now that when your person comes back, they're going to go, excuse me, can I talk to you? And you're going to go, just a minute, hold on please, I've just got something really important to do. Whilst before you drop everything and go, of course, of course, of course. And now it's like, hold on, yeah, no, you've got to wait 10 minutes. I really have to finish this. So it's going to be a very different world. And that's because the angels have been working on your chakras. Your chakras are open. Your chakras are being healed. Your person's chakras have not. They still feel loss. They still feel being poor. And I think it's because of their start in life. I think they came from a very impoverished background. And they fear having no money. So that's why, yeah, you need the yin and the yang with this person. If you're not going to get the yin and the yang, it's not going to work. So it's got to be perfect balancing this time, or it's not going to work. There is a door to romance, so it could be with your person or the new person. The angels are definitely working on all your chakras, Sagittarius. That's what's making you so strong. Don't worry about wealth because it's coming. An attachment. There is going to be a great attachment with someone. You are going to have love. Your person is going to come forwards and offer an explanation. And it's all going to be dependent on whether you take it or not. And if you don't, love is coming, because love is on the cards for Sagittarius. You've helped a lot of people, and now Spirit wants to help you. Look, you're getting your daughter value, daughter money. You're walking away from that past life, Sagittarius, on this May Day. You're walking away from the way you were. There's something different about you coming through today. And it's a completely different feeling that's coming again. Angels working on you, Sagittarius. You're going to be so strong. It's going to be like the fairies and the angels are creating the perfect being. Read a fairy book. There's lots of fairy books. But as I said, my favourite is Tredicino and the Medallion Keeper. by Elisa Giovancelli, and it's got some beautiful fairy bits in it, really beautiful. I'll put the link at the bottom of this. It can be bought on Amazon and independent bookshops. A few more cards for Sagittarius, please, before I go. And we have some messages for Sagittarius, please. Happy families. There's going to be a beautiful outcome on the garden and the gate. May Day, a beautiful card for that. And you have magicked up your own future, Sagittarius. So it really is a very important thing for you. And this May Day's created such a bridge. You're on that bridge journey now to a beautiful place. You really are, where you really are transcending to somewhere really special. For your mind, for your body, for your heart, for everything. You're not in that sad place you were in before. That's gone. That's gone. Let's see what these cards have for you. What messages these have for you. Sagittarius, please. Daydream. You've been daydreaming about your love, about this person, and now the reality may come to you, and you've got to face that reality and realize, do you want the daydream to become real? Your creative project, whether it's writing a book, whether it's doing music, whether it's writing music, whether it's painting, it's going to become so important to you and the world. And there is going to be a wedding. So, yep. Sagittarius, be prepared for love. And it's going to be real love. It really is. My last reading dealt with your person and the new person. This one's not. It's dealing with love in general for you. It is coming. But ask for help. Ask the divine to help you. And if you have to take a change in direction, then take a change in direction. Trust your intuition. And you've been making such steady progress in the world, and you have grounded yourself. You're a completely different being now. But we've got the Cupid card for you. And Cupid's right there. It's bow and arrow. Just making sure that you get only love. You only get true love this time, Sagittarius. Not a makeshift love. You get a real true love, and that's all you want. So be patient. Wait for that true love. Let the universe bring things to you. Remember, you've had the Chariot so many times in your readings, not today, but fate is really playing a big part, and you are ready to go into this battle, the next battle, fully armed, emotionally, spiritually, with a pure soul, and you're just going to win it. So have a wonderful May Day, Sagittarius.